You've reached Mik and Neg.
Call us best friends.
Call us crazy. Call us anytime.
This podcast is all about self-love, relationships, career, pop culture, and everything in between.
Grab your snacks and join the call. It's a lot.
So
all right.
Today we have a topic that's very controversial.
Yes.
That has gotten so much content on the internet. That's probably one of the pieces of media that has gotten more exposure ever. Like, the virality of this thing has been absolutely incredible. Like, and honestly, you know what? Props to them for actually making something that got so viral, because that's really smart, right? So that's the dreadful but also wonderful Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris. Yes, that's our first topic on Sweet or Salty. So,
okay. How do you do we want to do like we do with Mulan, like talk about what we liked and what we didn't like?
Yeah, sure. We can do it like that. Definitely. I watched Emily in Paris. This was a while ago now. Probably like a month or so ago. And I mean, the reason why people like it is because it's an entertaining show, right? Like, it is entertaining. And I guess, I don't know, what do I start with? What I didn't like, I guess. What I didn't like was, I felt like her character was a little bit like ignorant and arrogant and obnoxious. And she was 100%. Just kind of, I get that she's like the main character and like, I don't know, she's the one that you're supposed to be rooting for and all this stuff. But I don't know, I just feel like her character felt so like young and and there was just something about it that just didn't like bring a level of maturity that I thought that it would. And I guess like everyone talks about it. It's very controversial, the whole thing about like the whole French culture and how she came and like didn't speak French and she didn't like know a lot of things, and they would almost pick apart or like make fun of little things throughout the show. But again, it's like the entertainment value of it, or the entertainment purpose. And I don't know, like in the show, like nothing surprised me. Like, it was very predictable. I think the only thing that surprised me was finding out, spoiler alert, that Gabrielle had a girlfriend. Like, and it was the friend that she met. I think that was the only
I know. Yeah, because he totally flirted with her.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So I was like, what? Okay, of course the show made it like that. But it's like,
you can shower in my place. Come shower in my place. You can have my place to shower.
Yeah. Exactly. And I don't know.
Oh my God.
His girlfriend, he wouldn't be acting like that, I would hope, but he did. So anyways, like that was the only thing that was really surprising to me. And the outfits, I mean, we have to talk about the fashion for sure. And the outfits were definitely hit and miss for me. There were some that I absolutely hated, and then there were some that I liked, obviously, because she had one of her looks was like full monochromatic pink.
Pink.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's the full pink, and there's a few other pink ones. Oh my gosh, yes, of course. Her pink coat. I love the one where she's picking up her the flowers at the market. You know, she's got that pink coat too, in her little bag. And I don't know, there was a couple different pink numbers that she had, and I thought those were adorable. The one that I really didn't like was, it was like a Chanel teal aquamarine type of colored blazer, and then she had some kind of, it was like a t-shirt dress, or I don't even know what it was, all plaid and different colors and stuff underneath, and it was
one of the first ones.
It was in the scene where her boss, was it Sylvie, that said don't wear that tonight, don't wear that.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the first.
Oh yeah. I was
I really didn't like it. And the one where she was shopping and she wore that little tiny white crop top or something with the pearl Chanel bag.
I know. I didn't like it.
Like, why are you wearing that? Who would be comfortable wearing that? But
okay. Emily, I want to touch on Emily because I feel like we're gonna go point by point. Yeah. Actually, I didn't realize. Well, I did realize that, but I didn't see it as much as, you know how when people hate Sex and the City, they say that they hate it because Carrie is such an asshole character. I didn't feel like that about Emily as strongly as Emily. Yes, she's annoying. Yes, she's very immature. Yes, she is very she feels very everything is about me. It's about me who's coming to like fix this company. It's about me who makes all the men fall in love with me.
Media.
Like woo! I love it. You know, I didn't. She's not someone that I really loved. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I didn't. What I found about entertaining was like her interaction with people. I think that that's what really I kind of really liked. I liked her dynamic with Sylvie. I liked her dynamic even with Mindy. I loved Mindy as a character.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
so much
She was
fun.
Yeah.
She's so much. She she has her own like bad sides, but she has the sense of self-awareness to actually be like, I'm here because I did that. And she looks like she did a lot of self-reflection, and at the end of the season you see her kind of going through that path of kind of growing and having actually a character arc that Emily doesn't have.
That's
like,
the thing is, like, the main character doesn't have that growth. Yeah.
She doesn't have the growth. Like, she just like, it's almost like she comes in the moment she
learned maybe
Savoir,
2 words in French,
like,
not even.
And then and it's just like she goes throughout the season, and it's almost like she tries to be more to convince them that she is
still right,
that she's still right, and she doesn't change anything about her demeanor, her way of approaching things, her way of like experiencing things, or even her way of like thinking things through. And it's almost like the whole series is gonna go about like, oh no, like as in like it's always gonna be, oh no, same old Emily, always doing the same shit, like, oh, now there is a love triangle because, oh no, getting with a dude that had a girlfriend was not a good idea in the first place. You know what I mean? So like it just feels very not thought out. It just doesn't feel like she's like thinking things through. Even it's almost like in her head it's like, I'm in Paris, this is my year to just be out of control. Period.
Let's just go for it. I know.
Let's just go for it. So I didn't. But at the same time, I didn't hate her. Like, I didn't hate her. Like, because I feel.
Yeah. Because she's the main character. She's the one that they want you to like root for, and like they want you to follow her journey.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Lily Collins, so I think
I know. Yeah.
She's beautiful. She is. Just by the way she looks, she's very classy and stuff. So I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe if it was played by another actress, maybe I would have hated Emily. So yeah. I don't know. Like, it's in terms of her outfits, I need to talk about this.
Yes.
I really didn't like her style at all. At all. And I think that one of the things is that when you see her getting out of the cab from America and like getting in her flat, you see her in pure American fashion. You see her in sweatpants, flannel shirt,
it's like the flannel
tank top, like it's
the
like
beat up like brown backpack or whatever. Yeah, she's got like
exactly
very American.
And for me, it's very hard to believe that a girl that arrived like that, like at her flat, would even start dressing like that plaid dress that you said that she would have, or that even the yellow dress.
That's right.
It's like, yes. No, I feel like I would have liked her to see her in a more, shit that we see in Toronto, or stuff that we see in, like more streetwear, but not as girly. Because I don't think that the style, the North American style, is that girly in a way.
No, I can agree with you. I'd say that, like the typical street style person, like I think neutrals, like I think neutrals are black and white, or like browns and beige and I don't know, different things like that. And you're right, the typical like American girl who we see in the beginning as Emily, you're right, it's like it wouldn't necessarily be wearing like, I don't know, floral prints and this bold green thing and then this bold pink thing and all of this stuff. Yeah. So it is kind of all over the place.
She wouldn't.
That's
and
a good
she would
point.
Be more like Aritzia, like, you know what I mean, like
the Aritzia girl.
The Aritzia girl. To me, Emily, she's so basic. She would be the Aritzia girl, right?
Yeah.
Then there's another thing that really pissed me off, which is the chances for you to be paid more in France than what you're paid in the United States is very limited. It's people don't get paid as much in France that they are in the United States for the same job description. Like they don't get paid as much.
Yeah.
How are we gonna explain that this girl has a different Chanel bag per episode?
Okay. Yeah. She got designer everything. I mean, mainly Chanel that we saw, but
dude, a Chanel bag is like at least 3,000 euros. Yeah. Which is around what
and she's working as like a marketing assistant. This kind of you don't get
which is exactly what she would wear. Like she would earn a month at least, like most of what she would earn a month, and that's if she's actually a really good marketing assistant.
Exactly.
Marketing assistant don't make more than like 2,000, like 2,500 euros. No way. So I was like, how are we explaining this? Because this girl is having one Chanel bag, and from a point in the season, she wears everything Chanel. It's everything Chanel, nothing else. All the bags are Chanel, all the brooches are Chanel, all the everything Chanel. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I work in marketing, and that's not the truth.
I don't think I own anything Chanel, and I work in marketing, so no.
I'll buy you a lipstick. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? It's just very annoying to see her
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, and that leads me to the other thing that I hated.
Yeah.
The representation of marketing and social media.
It's very unrealistic.
Was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous.
Agreed.
Like I was cringing so hard. Like one of the first things that almost got me to like back out of like the whole show was when she goes into that meeting for the first time where she meets them all, and they're like, she's like, I really believe that you guys can get a lot more
your social media strategy
through your social media strategy. And I was like, oh shit, she's starting. And then they go the Twitter or the Facebook, and then she goes, and the Instagram, and I'm like,
oh no! Yes. I know. And maybe it's just because like we work in the industry, so it's kind of cringy.
And we're just like, no.
I know exactly what you mean.
And then they go, well, the French are really good at social media. And then she goes, well, the American invented it. And I'm like, if I ever said that in any meeting, they would fire me right away.
Yeah.
It's just like,
you can't act like that.
What the hell? Like, well, the American invented it. How condescending is that? Like, I was just like,
very,
okay, cool. Okay. And another thing is social media strategies are different in any country that you go. Like influencer marketing and the
like an American thing might not necessarily work a Paris demographic Europe. And exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like very underwhelmed by that.
Oh my gosh, I know. And all of her ideas for everything, like a lot, like she's doing like multiple different jobs. When she started talking about that whole thing about putting like a bed in the Louvre or whatever, it's what the heck? Like, and all these activations, like all of this stuff would take so much time. There's so much logistics behind it. Like, it's not just as easy to just snap your fingers and say, let's do that. And even though they ended up coming with some kind of solution, because they had like her and her friend, like, you know, on the bed, wherever they ended up putting it, and like taking selfies and stuff. But that takes so much time. Like, where was all the planning and preparation for that? But again, it's TV. It's literally just entertainment value. It's like, it's not supposed to be realistic, but these are the things obviously that we recognize because we work in the industry and we know it's not that easy and not that simple. Mm-hmm.
And even as influencers, you're gonna make me believe that bitch got like 20,000 followers by posting like
the follower
kids.
Count is so unrealistic. Come on,
like I'm like, there's nothing interesting about this girl, and the fact that she posts once every 3 days,
she posts her chocolate croissant, and everyone's like, oh,
I know, and it's so random, and it's like, it's very, it's not it. It's just not it.
It's not it. Yeah, I know completely. Even that one influencer event that she went to. Well, first of all,
I
like
thought that was funny though. I thought that was really funny.
The girl doing the splits, yeah.
Sorry. I was like, and that actually that comes to what I was gonna say in the part that I liked about it. I'll let you go for it, and then I'll say what I have to say, because it was hilarious.
Well, just at the influencer event, how like it, like you and I have both been to events, and like that's not how it goes. And like you're not gonna get your gift bag first thing when you walk in. You're not going to be asked to post your photo right then and there when you're at the event or whatever. I mean, I don't know. And then like
I posted
all these like the attitudes of everyone, and like I don't know. It's just like totally made for TV type of like very what's the word, like it's emphasized and really pushed to the nth degree to make like I guess certain points. But yeah, that scene was funny.
It was, to me it was, and that scene is what made me realize something about the show, and I'll talk about it later, because I thought that was okay, I'll talk about, I don't know what I liked. I have something that I liked about it, actually.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I love how everybody talks about how unrealistic and how, like, it's not French or whatever. But I've never seen anyone talk about the fact that the secondary, like, characters are very, very, very French. Sylvie is as French as she can be. Like, there is no more French than her. Like, that's they nailed. Well, I think that it goes with the fact that she's actually French, so that helps.
Right, and that makes sense.
Gabriel is like the most French guy. Like, he is the most accurate representation in style, in how he acts, in how he talks as a French guy. That's Gabriel is just like, he's just it. Like, I was like, weird, and he's really hot, so that helps too. But who else? The guys in the agency, like remember their name?
I don't remember their names either.
The two sidekicks.
Yeah.
So French, so freaking French. Like, and then there's characters like the Pierre Cadeau and stuff. Like, like that designers, that are way exaggerated, and that are way too, like, they're a satire. But for the most part, the characters that we are most in touch with during the whole thing. Gabrielle's girlfriend, what's her name? The blonde one.
Camille?
Camille,
yeah.
Camille, okay, or actually it's Camille in French, but like,
in French,
Camille is the most French girl you can ever think of. Like, she's so French, and the way she dresses, the way she acts, the way she says
her
things,
style,
so French. When they go to her, like, her mother's, like, castle, whatever, the interior are so French. There's a lot of accents that are so French and so well done, and that's where I'm like, if they nailed that part. And then there's the contrast of Emily, who's so
set in her ways,
so, like, set in her ways, and so American and so different and stuff. I think there's a genius to this show that I appreciate highly. And to me, it's just like, this show to me is a satire, 100%. And it's very, I'll talk about it later, because I have a theory, like, I have a conspiracy theory, and I'm so sure of it. And but do you want to talk about things do you have anything else you liked? Because
I mean, I wanted you to speak to that because like, obviously, the French culture and are more familiar with Europe and all of that. Like, I don't know. I only really know from what you've told me. So when you've said things like, everyone thinks Paris is about Eiffel Towers and berets and croissants, but it's not. And so really when I saw characters like Sylvie and Camille, like, I thought, like, okay, that is the person,
that makes sense.
Type of person that you would describe to me as a more, like, typical French person. So
100%.
Makes sense. Like I said, exactly. I guess, like, for me, what I liked was obviously the entertainment value. I did watch it start to finish. I thought that it was like a cute little show, something, very easy and lighthearted to just, watch. And yeah, fashion was hit and miss for me, but I did appreciate definitely some of her pink looks. And yeah, it was cute, it was funny, and yeah, it brought good entertainment. So
I like, if there is one wardrobe I would steal, it's definitely Sylvie's. This girl had like a really good wardrobe. I was like, oh yeah, this woman just represents the energy I want to step in when I'm older, you know. But yeah, like I thought I liked it. Like honestly, people come to me and they're like, what did you think? And I was like, honestly, I didn't hate it. Like I didn't hate it. Like I watched it.
Exactly.
I was entertained. I liked the character. I liked Gabrielle a lot. As I said, to me, he's more representative of anything that I know than Emily is. I loved Mindy. She's so cool. Like, she's so amazing. She's so, like, she was honestly the best sidekick you can ever imagine. She was loyal. She was, you know, always listening. She had her flaws, but at the same time she was very vulnerable. She had that vulnerability that I wish I had seen in Emily, but Emily didn't have any kind sense of self-awareness. Even when her freaking boyfriend of over, I think, years breaks up with her, they break up, she doesn't even warn it. She doesn't even, like, it doesn't even feel, it's like, oh well, I'm single now, single life in Paris, yay, you know, like, it's just I just was very underwhelmed with her, and I didn't see any kind of cracks of, even while she goes to the agency and she sees that people don't like her and stuff like that, and she's literally at the beginning, she's bullied in her workplace, and honestly I really like how she turned it, and how she was like, you know, like she put like her little translator, and she basically said fuck you to the, like, everybody else, and they were like, I like that girl. Like, I think that was a very good way to do that. But I don't think you see her go through a real adaptation, like, process of really feeling highly self-aware that she needs to change things, highly self-aware that this is not going well. Honestly, guys, I moved to Toronto. For the first 6 to 8 months, it was shit for me, because the time of adaptation, of really getting to know the place, of really getting to adapt myself and speak literally a different language, because when you change countries, everything changes. The way people do things, the way people conduct, even the way people date, the way people talk, the way people interact, you know what I mean? Everything changes. It's a whole different set of how do you call it, like, culture, kind of like codes that you have to learn and adapt to. And when you go and you change countries and you're alone all the way over to Paris versus, you know, North America, this is very, you know, secluded from your home, and it's not like you can take a plane and in an hour you're home and you can have that comfort, you know. But you see her like thriving. Everything's awesome. I'm wearing Chanel. I'm begging the fucking neighbor. Everything's great.
There's no like downfalls for her at times when, you know, she does experience some kind of difficulty or adjustment. It's all like, oh, I'm here.
It's like, oh, croissant. Oh my God, Billy, woo. But what I loved about it is I really think that, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that and see if you agree with me. I think that this show has been made for influencers. I think that when they made it think we're going to make something that people are going to think about, that people are going to talk about, that they're going to TikTok about, that they're going to reel about. We're going to do something that's going to go viral. And honestly,
they even made GIFs on Instagram. Like they were preparing for it to go.
The genius of this thing, because I'm sorry, influencers, but you guys are basic AF, because the only thing that you like is Paris. And every time that influencers go to Paris, it's the same content. It's like La Durée. It's like, you know, Eiffel Tower. It's like, you know, it's like they basically served influencer on a platter. exactly what they wanted to
Here's a show just for you. And they speak to them because if the girls working in social media, what do influencers do? You know, they're speaking their language. So, and you know, it's funny because like how we work in marketing, other influencers can be able to pick up on that and kind of laugh at it as well. So they were very smart to gear it that way. And I'd say I agree with you. They probably did.
I think that was
like
made
they definitely
for that.
thought of the person.
And the genius of it all, like the genius of thinking, we know that if we do a show about this, it's gonna blow up. And it did. It's just
because the influencers are all behind it, sharing that they're watching it. So
I'm like up to this day, this show has been out in October. We're in end of November. People still create content about this thing.
I know. And season 2 got renewed, so they're going to.
It's really crazy to me. Like honestly, you know, like congrats to them, because I think that the same way Taylor Swift had blank space at this huge satire of like what like media thought of her, you know, like about her being a man eater, about her really kind of, this is a satire of influencers. And I'm like, I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm here for it, because it's just everything that we do as influencers just really like
magnified,
like dragged to the max, like at the end. And Emily's living the life that every influencer wished they could live, you know, like being Paris, like glamorous venues, like pretty dresses, Chanel,
go to events, nice dresses, Chanel every day, exactly. You know, that's the kind of like aspirational lifestyle of a lot. So makes sense. No, that's a great point. I can agree with you on that. All right. So anything else to add for Emily in Paris?
I really hate how everybody's creating content around it.
Like it's getting very outfits and like getting this very is like annoying. One day after Emily in Paris, this is one day after Emily in Paris.
I hate it so much. Like I hate it so much. Like as much as I applaud how, you know, they did a show for influencers and how it worked and that it blew up, and as a marketer I can appreciate the genius behind the storytelling, because as I said, there's elements that were really, really French. So that's why I don't think this is a show that was made without thinking. I don't think that this was a show that was made, of course not, without studying the culture. You know how some shows go and just do some movie, just go like Americans go to Paris and just like, you know, stereotype it. I don't think that was the case. I think they knew exactly what they were doing. I think they put French people in the center to make sure it was still French but have a contrast with American culture. So what I hate is how everyone now is like, I'm on my couch, I'm looking at Emily in Paris, I'm doing TikToks about Emily in Paris, Emily in Paris outfits, and I'm like, her style is not even that good.
Ride the Emily in Paris wave while you can.
I know, and I've never seen anyone do like, you know, Sylvie outfit. I would have loved seeing a TikToks of like Sylvie's outfits. Dude, I'm in Barcelona. I don't have Sylvie outfits over here. They're all in Toronto. So
they're all in Toronto. Yeah, true.
What about you? One thing to add? Or do you think we're good?
I think we're good. I'd say more, I guess, but I feel like you covered a lot, just because like again, like you have the home base of like that European background and stuff. So I feel like you touched on some good points there, and I don't really know if there's anything else I can say because I don't have that to relate to, but I agree. And it was a cute show. So will you be watching season 2? Is this a sweet or salty?
It was sweet for me.
I'm probably I'll put it sweet, and I'll probably watch season 2.
I know, it's a good thing to look at when you're on your couch and you need something to just binge for a little bit. It's good.